In the whole paradigm of Baha'i life, Abdu'l-Bahá is considered to be the perfect exemplar of all of his father's teachings, and so he's really seen as a role model, someone that we can learn from, someone whose example we can strive to emulate little by little throughout our lives. And I sometimes think of Abdu'l-Bahā's example as being a bit like the horizon. It's something that we can never actually reach, but it's a direction in which we can move. And the question, what would Abdu'l-Bahá do in any given situation, it can sometimes be helpful as a sort of internal GPS system as we navigate through life's challenges. Turn left here, turn right there, go straight on. And so today I wanted to share with you a beautiful passage that was written by a man who spent some time simply observing Abdu'l-Bahá and learning from simply just watching his interactions with people and how he lived his life. And this passage comes from one of my favorite books, Portals to Freedom, which was written by Howard Colby Ives, this Unitarian minister who was living in the New York, New Jersey area during the time when Abdu'l-Bahá came to New York. And Howard Colby Ives, like so many other people, was gripped by this great curiosity to know more about this mysterious person who so many people were eager to meet and welcome to America after his release from prison. And Howard Colby Ives ended up spending quite a bit of time with Abdu'l-Bahá, and he wrote down his observations of him. And so in this passage, he describes Abdu'l-Bahā's interactions with the various people who came to talk with him, interviewers, journalists, and people who just wanted to come and meet him, talk with him, learn from him. And he really focuses on Abdu'l-Bahā's method of teaching, how he taught through his example, and how he shared his father's message with the spirit of humility and just unconditional love for the person that he was sharing it with. So I hope you enjoy this passage. It's something that I often try to reread to remind myself of this example that Abdu'l-Bahá set. And when, under his encouraging sympathy, the interviewer became emptied of his words, there followed a brief interval of silence. There was no instant and complete outpouring of explanation and advice. He sometimes closed his eyes a moment, as if he sought guidance from above himself, sometimes sat and searched the questioner's soul with a loving, comprehending smile that melted the heart. And he never argued, of course, nor did he press a point. He left one free. There was never an assumption of authority, rather he was ever the personification of humility. He taught as if offering a gift to a king. He never told me what I should do, beyond suggesting that what I was doing was right, nor did he ever tell me what I should believe. He made truth and love so beautiful and royal that the heart perforce did reverence. He showed me, by his voice, manner, bearing, smile, how I should be, knowing that out of the pure soil of being, the good fruit of deeds and words would surely spring. There was a strange, awe-inspiring mingling of humility and majesty, relaxation and power in his slightest word or gesture, which made me long to understand its source. What made him so different, so immeasurably superior to any other man I had ever met? I have mentioned several times the impression he always made upon me of an all-embracing love. How rarely we receive such an impression from those around us, even from our nearest and dearest, we all know. All our human love seems based upon self, and even its highest expression is limited to one or to a very few. Not so was the love which radiated from Abdu'l-Bahá. Like the sun, it poured upon all alike, and like it, also warmed and gave new life to all it touched. So what a beautiful example. Sometimes when I read these descriptions of Abdu'l-Bahá, my mind gets filled with these unusual oxymorons, how powerfully gentle he was, and how invincibly tender, or how lovingly detached. Hi there, I'm doing these short videos throughout 2021 in honor of the centenary of the passing of Abdu'l-Bahá, whose writings are the basis of my new album, Home of Light, which is coming out one song at a time throughout the year. All these short stories come from this book, Vignettes from the Life of Abdu'l-Bahá, by Annamarie Honnold, and I hope these little anecdotes give us some glimpses into Abdu'l-Bahā's life during this special year. Also, if you'd like a copy of the album, since Home of Light has been made through the support of so many friends around the world, I've decided to give it away as a gift on behalf of everybody who helped to make it. So if you'd like to receive the album, you can sign up at my website, lukeslott.com. It's linked in the description below. And in November, prior to the centenary itself, you'll receive the album as a gift in celebration of Abdu'l-Bahā's life. So I appreciate if you hit the like and subscribe buttons, and if you'd like to hear the story behind the album, you can check out my podcast, A Story of Light, also linked in the description below.